Hello, everyone. Corey again with CDS Automotive. Today, I just wanted to bring you along on a couple of issues I found in a wiring diagram and how a few tips and tricks can help you avoid some common pitfalls often found in aftermarket redrawn diagrams. The two diagrams here are off the same vehicle. It is a 2010 Chevy Silverado 1500 5.3 with a flex fuel VIN 3. And the diagram on the left is of the transmission circuit, and the diagram on the right is the power distribution circuit. And I'm going to tell you that if you're finding issues with a certain circuit, especially related to a fused circuit, I would highly recommend that you find another diagram to verify what you're seeing on your initial diagram. And let me explain this a little further. So you can see in the underhood fuse box on the left side, we see that is TCM. We see that TCM battery fuse 14, supposed to be a 10 amp rated fuse, right? Hot at all times. Underhood fuse box, left side of the engine. And that goes in and feeds the transmission control module, pin 32. Okay, and let's just say that fuse blows, key on, engine off, or the fuse is hot all the time. Let's just say the fuse continues to blow all the time. So say you're running through your testing, this fuse blows, we pull this diagram because it's labeled as a TCM, so you would go and pull a transmission diagram, which is not a horrible step, but what this diagram fails to show is if there is anything else being powered off that fuse. So since we pulled a transmission diagram, this fuse in this diagram is only showing what's pertaining to that circuit on the diagram that we are on. So I hope that makes sense. If we go over and pull a power distribution wiring diagram, we will find that TCM battery fuse 14, underhood fuse box, left side of the engine compartment. Oh, we notice an issue. 15 amp rated fuse. Remember, the transmission showed a 10 amp rated fuse, so there's a discrepancy between the two diagrams. But we also see that not only does it feed the TCM, it also feeds the vent solenoid. So you see how fast, based on this information, how fast we could be chasing something in the wrong direction or possibly end up making a bad call just based on not knowing what that fuse, what all that fuse powers. So you could be chasing a transmission concern or, a no-com with the TCM, for example, and really maybe you've got a vent solenoid that's shorted or, that specific end of the circuit, there's a short in the harness somewhere, etc. So you could be chasing the TCM, the issue's a little further back, you end up possibly making an incorrect call on a TCM based on, just based on some lack of information or not pulling enough information. The other thing I noticed too is you can see the split here, right? So TCM, automatic transmission, you have to know what you're working on. If this vehicle has a 6-speed, we are going to connect our X1 pin 4. If this vehicle has a 4-speed, we're going to pin 32. So you can see here, based on this diagram, red, white, going to pin 32, so that would indicate that we have a 4-speed. Pin 4, there's only one connector. Pin 4 is empty. So if you were working on a vehicle with a 6-speed, this isn't even the right diagram. So I just wanted to kind of show how easy it is to get focused on a single diagram and then just pursue that. And it may lead you down a rabbit hole that is not correct and taking you further away from the issue. And then also the discrepancies oftentimes that are found between rewritten, redrawn aftermarket diagrams. Not always, but a lot of times there are mistakes like that, like fuse 14, 15 amp, fuse 14, 10 amp. So you have to be careful, and you have to know what you're working on so you can obtain the correct information. It's very common to see. I see often on the GM platforms, and not only pin allocations and connectors, but RPO codes. You really have to follow RPO codes very, very closely and check, and don't just assume that the vehicle you're working on has one or the other or neither, because that can lead you down the wrong path as well. So thanks for watching, guys. If you found this useful, like the video, like the page, ring the bell for notifications. I hope this helps somebody. It's very easy to get turned around and stuff like this. So just always validate your information and understand what you're working on, so that you stay on the right path to an accurate diagnosis, and you're not spending time running around checking a bunch of different things or making bad calls on account of lack of information. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.